Hey guys, this is Janie with the League-Kempner house. This is a bit of a random midweek video for you. It's a departure from the work we normally do, but fire safety is going to be a huge issue for us going forward. As a museum and an event space, we fall under much different regulations than a normal single-family residence going forward. So we are on a steep learning curve. We are going to be holding meetings with the city fire marshal. We have a lot of work to do to learn the requirements and start planning for the physical work that has to go on in the house to accommodate all those rules and regulations. So I thought I'd start with just a sample of the easy stuff that we're handling right now. And thanks to our wonderful volunteer, Walter, we have a resident expert. As promised, I'm here with our volunteer, Walter, and he's got a very interesting background. Let him tell you first about himself.
So I spent 25 years in the property and casualty business as an insurance agent, then in the construction business. I now have 8 years in the loss control business doing safety and property inspections for insurance companies.
And you're a master gardener.
I am a master gardener.
Who had his own landscape business. So he's everything we need and more at the house. And he is an incredible volunteer. So you probably saw our Facebook post or earlier video where he was doing the inspection, wrote us up for a few things, because as he will tell you, that is his obligation one, that he has to, not show favorites. If we do something wrong, he's got to write us up, and that's okay, because if you remember our S rules, safety is our number one rule. We talk about it all the time. So he does an inspection. I guess the insurance companies contract you once a year to do an inspection, but we're fortunate because he loved the house so much. He volunteered, and so he's here all the time, so he can keep us in line every day of the year. And this is how it's so helpful. So it's obvious we need fire extinguishers in the house. There's something that are just there and you don't think much about, or I've never thought much about, but because of the kind of property we are, the new insurance we actually have to have fire extinguishers that are inspected every year and have this special tag that the inspection company puts on. And I laughed because I bought these from them actually to have more, but I took one that was in good shape and was still showing that it had charge for them to inspect. And I picked it up and saw this tab on here and thought, oh, that's awful. When there's a fire, they won't be able to use it. So I got the scissors and cut that tab off. That tab is there to keep the pin from falling out so that you don't accidentally discharge the fire extinguisher. And it's designed that it will break with just the tiniest bit of force when you pull this pin. So I actually walked in there with one that didn't have a pin because I'd cut that off and the pin fell off. So I'm very lucky it didn't go off in my car. But when I was at the company, they were asking me about the number that I needed and the placement, and they gave me a little bit of background on how many you need and where you need to place them. But Walter, with his background, knows all about that. So he's going to actually walk around today with me and help me put these in the right spot. So do you want to tell them kind of the guidelines?
Well, let me start with fire extinguishers. The National Fire Association has 5 different types of fire extinguishers: A, B, C, D, and K. A is for fires of wood, paper, material, cloth, that kind of thing. B is for chemical fires, liquid chemical fires, so that would be gasoline, kerosene, things like that.
Would that be a grease fire on your stove?
No, a grease fire is actually the K. And those typically you only find them in restaurant commercial kitchens. They're in a large silver-colored container. They're not red like this. Then C is for electrical. This is a dry chemical A, B, C fire extinguisher. So this fire extinguisher will typically take care of almost any type of fire that you could occur. The D is for metal type fires, and that's something that would only occur in maybe an industrial setting.
Foundry or something.
Yeah. So the fire extinguisher is.
If you get anything hot enough, it'll burn.
Yeah.
So,
This is the hook to hang it on the wall. Fire extinguishers have to be hung on the wall, or they have to be in a recessed panel in a wall. Can't just have them sitting on a shelf like this.
is that so people don't move them or walk off?
Right,
with them,
because at the moment it's sitting here, and then somebody comes along and they need this space, and so then they set it down someplace else and it gets moved. So it has to be hung on the wall. It can't just be sitting on a shelf or on the floor or anything like that. Then there are rules regarding where the fire extinguishers are to be mounted. The preference is along a path of egress out of the building. And the idea being that if people are going to be looking for a fire extinguisher, you would prefer that they be moving out of the building and not into the building.
Well, if there's a fire, we would prefer everybody leave completely and
Yes.
leave it to the fire department. But if it's something small, obviously you could grab this, or
Right.
if you needed out and there was a fire in front of you, you could use that to. So that makes sense. I'm not sure I would have thought of that, but you can see
Right.
why the rule is there.
Another rule would be, of course, if you have an area that has a high potential for a fire, that might be a kitchen, you might want to mount an additional fire extinguisher there. Additional rules are, normally it's one fire extinguisher of this capacity for every 3,000 square feet. Sometimes insurance companies will require one for every 2,000 square feet.
We're just under 4,000 square feet
So you need
per floor,
at least two.
so we
Two per
would get
floor.
by with two.
Two per floor.
Two per floor.
And the preferred mounting would be next to a door, exterior door. There cannot be more than 75 feet of separation between any two fire extinguishers on the same floor. And then other than that, that's pretty much
Well, you were mentioning height. There's some rules.
Also, there are
Yeah.
rules on height. The top of the fire extinguisher can be no more than 5 feet from the floor. The base of the fire extinguisher can be no closer than 4 inches to the floor. Now that's assuming the fire extinguisher is 40 pounds or less. If it exceeds 40 pounds, then it can only be about, I think it's 3.5 feet or 4 feet from the floor. Just
Which
because,
again makes sense. Something very heavy,
Yeah,
picking it up high would,
right.
if you're not incredibly
your head and
strong,
knock you out.
it
Right.
wouldn't do you any good. It
Right.
needs to be easily accessible, reachable, and easy to pick up. Oh, so this is what we're putting on the wall, and it will just hang in there. So it's a very simple thing to mount. We just need a stud to get it on, but we do have to choose location. So what Walter's going to do with me is walk around each floor and look at potential places. And as he said, you know, there's an aesthetic thing. You don't want to walk in and have the fire extinguisher be on the center of that wall and be the focal point, but you don't want it hidden. You don't want somebody having to search for it. So it needs to be, it needs to be visible. And it's just,
And
I
that's
didn't
what-
know you could recess it in the wall. Now I'm sitting here thinking
you
at some
can
point,
install a
at some
recessed
point
cabinet.
we might be able to do a recessed cabinet, at least.
And
get
that
it
only
flush.
protrudes about 1/2 inch from the surface of the wall.
Well, and these wall cavities are extremely deep. It would more than accommodate this, so we might be able, if we have to have them, do some kind of pretty little frame and recess it. And I'm assuming it has to have clear glass so you can see it.
It does have a clear glass.
So we can't frost the glass or make it fancy.
And they make one for the interior, and it just has a door that you open. They do make a different one for the exterior. And then, as we've already mentioned, in an establishment like this, and in most commercial establishments, fire extinguishers have to be inspected once a year, and that it has to be done by a company that is licensed to inspect fire protection equipment. You can't just do it yourself.
Yeah, so we got these, as it says here, A1 fire equipment up in Lamarck, which was a nightmare, not anything to do with them, but I ran up there thinking it's about a 15-minute drive. I go grab them and come back, and they had the Causeway Bridge closed, and people going around on the shoulder to do road work in the middle of the day, and it was a 2-hour trip to go that 15 miles. So it was not fun, but we have them, and we're going to figure out where they go. Earlier, so when people come in and they stand here and they look at our gorgeous stained glass window and see everything, I'd rather them not see a fire extinguisher. But I was thinking a good wall might be this wall over here. Obviously this won't be here permanently, because as people are leaving, it would be very, very visible. And we only have 2 exits in the house. We have the front door and the back door. So people would be coming from the sunroom or down the stairs. They'd be coming this way, and it would be very, very obvious. But for photo ops, for people with the house and the room, it wouldn't be so obvious. So that might be a good place for one. What do you think about that?
Well, yes, this hallway would be good for that.
If we put it by the door, the way the door is open, it would cover
Well,
it.
you don't want to. You can't obstruct it either visually or physically.
So we
So
can't
it
actually put it by
can't
the door.
be by the door.
So turn around so they can see. So we can't put it by the door because the door is open too high.
Too wide.
And so there's no place there, so it needs to be somewhere
So
here in the hall.
this wall or this wall are kind of the next closest to the door. So for one of them, I'm thinking there, and that would satisfy 75 feet, because it's not 75 feet. I guess you have to get to the farthest.
Well, 75 feet separation between the 2 fire
Between the
extinguishers.
2 fires, not from any given point
No.
in the house. Okay, so definitely if we do one here and one towards the back door, and also
Yes.
would be near the kitchen, that's way less than 75 feet. So let's go look back there and tell me what you think needs to happen back there. And I just sprung this on Walter. He hasn't had time to run around and
Well, here
check things out,
you have
but-
more options. I mean, here would be fine. That way, it's not in the way of the door. This probably is the best.
The best.
Now you could, or here would
Should
be
it be
another
here?
one. Another one, yes. That would work fine.
people won't see that though if they're coming this way and heading
Well, not necessarily. No.
to the back. So is it better for them to actually see it while they're exiting?
Well, that's not specific. As long as it's not obscured.
Obscured.
That's not per se. The rules have what they would prefer, and they prefer as high visibility as possible.
Well, from this door, you easily see the
Right.
other one.
Right.
If you're back in this area, you would be coming out of the butler's pantry, and it's right there in front of your face. Or you'd be coming out of the kitchen, and it's very visible right there. Whereas you actually don't see it on this wall
Right.
until you come out and turn back and look. So maybe that is a good place for it. And that would be a good place to put a recessed cabinet too. A very easy place to put a recessed cabinet. We can't put it over there because that's our telephone wall.
Yes, we can't.
That's our wall of fun old things that we're going to keep. We're going to keep our telephone, our old switch, and our old light, and our old thermostat. We may take these wires down because they're not good anymore. But I think this is kind of a fun area, and a bell. I don't know what the bell goes there. I don't know where that bell goes or that bell goes, but they go somewhere. So we're gonna not do anything with that wall.
That might be the old dumbwaiter bell. Because the
Could
elevator
be.
calls on that side, but I bet that was a.
Well, I think this is the elevator. No, this is the elevator call
elevator.
button. This is the elevator call
But that was
button.
added when they widened it and made it an elevator.
Elevator. So maybe they just left the button and
Oh.
didn't bother to take it down. So we're not going to mess with our stuff.
So that was easy.
That was easy. Okay, that was easy. I think harder will be the second
floor.
floor because there's a lot more space. So let me ask you about these 75 feet. So we're changing floors. So we're not tied to the ones down here,
No.
75 feet, just on the second floor itself. They
Right.
can't be 75 feet apart. So obviously up here, we only have two ways out. You can go down this stair or you can go down the back stair.
So my suggestion would be probably somewhere near the two stairs.
Okay. So if we put two on this floor, obviously we need one in this landing area somewhere.
And
So-
then the other could be with the other stairs, the back stairs.
So where, so
Well,
should it be like visible here?
That would be a
Should
good
it be
one.
here?
Well, this would probably be preferable if it's mounted on the surface, because here it's more likely to be hit.
Oh, it would stick out in the, okay,
Or
in
going
the,
into it.
well, that's a
Yeah.
good point.
So there'd be a little bit of additional room to
And that
walk.
would be very visible from these rooms.
Yeah, pretty much
Coming
anywhere. Yeah, I could see
Okay.
it.
So that's a good place for that one. All right, let's go check out the back stairwell. Here's one of our old ones, and actually I think this is a, I don't know if you
It's an
can see
ABC.
it. Yes, but see, look, see the little yellow arrow is out of the green.
So it's old.
So it's not good. So it doesn't look that old. But that's why they were all over the house. They were everywhere. They were hanging on walls, but I just was not comfortable that
They were here
worked.
originally?
When I bought the house,
Oh.
they had them all over the place.
Well, someone was safe
Somebody
and
else
cautious,
was
so-
worried, but as I said, they were old, they were rusty. That's one of the newer ones, but it doesn't look so good. Okay, so you'd be coming down from up there and
Well, I
heading
would say
down
either,
here,
either
so-
here or there. One of the two.
Can't do it there, somebody can put it off the wall and
No,
drop it down there.
Yeah.
This hall is wider, so either space, this might be less of an obstruction because when you come down the stair, this button doesn't have to be there. The button can move a little bit. Well, I don't know. I have to ask the electrician about how close to the stair this
I don't know, that's gonna hang out
Has
though
to
when
be.
people are coming up and down the stairs. So the stairs aren't wide, but the hallway is.
hall is wide. So maybe just over here.
Yeah, so
Okay.
over here.
So just throw it right there. Okay. We'll do that. Okay. So I bought a new fancy stud finder.
Oh, one of those new ones?
It's very low tech. It's a rare earth magnet. And so
Oh.
you can hang it over the plaster and it'll attach to the wall where the lath is nailed into the stud. So I'll be able
Oh.
to find a stud.
Okay.
I just don't know where it is right now.
They've got a new one that it looks like that you actually can see through the sheetrock.
Yeah, because this happened. So I don't know how many times we sort tools, but we're trying to get everything out of the little back tool room and organized in a closet up here so that we can do some plumbing work in there. And my magnet is in a little tiny box. So one of my jobs this week is to get in here and resort the stuff that's been sorted like it's actually fairly sorted. It looks worse than it is, but there's gloves and masks and glasses and each box is kind of a thing. But since we have the shelf space and the high storage, we've been working on making this our permanent tool space. That's it for right now. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again on Sunday as usual with a regular video. But again, fire safety is something that is very important, and our rule is safety first. So this was something that needed to get addressed and taken care of quickly. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time here at the League-Kempner House in Galveston, Texas.